have to ride 500 kilometers today because we've got to get back to Bengaluru. So the route that we're taking is via Sirsi, and then I think further on we bypass Hubli. Riding in the night can be a bit disconcerting, especially if you're on these undivided roads and you got vehicles coming right at you with their bright headlamps on high beam most of the time. No, I felt that the bike is not stable when I'm riding. We've got a feast on the table here. We've got some anjal fry, we've got a nice plum pomfret, we've got some nang or the sole, and some oysters. Hi folks, this is day 4 of our motorcycle ride, and it's about 5:30 in the morning and we're just getting ready to roll out. Vic! Where are we doing the fuel stop?
Outside the highway, as soon as we reach highway, no? There's the pump. We'll stop there immediately.
Okay, so just whoever's leading, you're leading. This place that we were staying, Red Earth, and we had a great stay there. Great location by the beach. You would have already seen what the place looks like in the earlier vlogs. And originally the plan was for us to ride out yesterday to Tirthahalli, back to the place where we stayed on the first night. But the boys felt that we should stay an extra night here given the property. And I think the USP of this property is its location. I think that's the best thing about it. And because of that, we have to ride 500 kilometers today because we've got to get back to Bengaluru. The boys have commitments, all of us have commitments, and today is a Sunday, so we need to be back home by the end of day, by evening. And so therefore we are riding all the way back to Bengaluru today. So the route that we're taking is via Sirsi, and then I think further on we bypass Hubli and ride through Haveri, Rani Bennur, Davadagere, Chitradurga. So it should be a fun day. Stick around to the end of this vlog to enjoy this ride with us. Nine hours 1 minute to our destination, Bengaluru. The first thing that we need to do is find a fuel pump that's open somewhere to fill some gas. Liters, about 217 kilometers, so it's roughly about 19 or so. In terms of the average. The one unnerving thing about riding in the dark is that barring your the field of view that you have with your headlamps, there's little else that you can see on the periphery. The speed breaker right at the turn. NH63. The only traffic that you see for the most part is heavy traffic, buses and trucks. Riding in the night can be a bit disconcerting, especially if you're on these undivided roads and you got vehicles coming right at you with their bright headlamps on high beam most of the time. So I think that kind of creates these blind spots. So to be honest, I'm not a big fan of riding in the dark at all. Like I said, you can't really see much outside the periphery of your headlamps, and then when you've got oncoming traffic and with a high beam, that kind of creates a certain blind spot, kind of blinds you for those couple of seconds. So that's why I'm taking my time. I'm riding slow. I'm doing 60, 70. The rest of the group has gone ahead. Like I always believe, it's not about getting there fast, it's about enjoying the experience getting there and getting there as safely as possible. You just need to keep that in mind whenever you ride a motorcycle. It's not about getting there early, but it's about getting there safely. The only good thing is that as you are riding around curves, you can see the light of the vehicle that's behind the curve in the blind spot, so you know, okay, there's something coming up. So that's whereas in the daytime you will not be able to see any, you won't have a clue that there's a vehicle just beyond that blind curve. We're riding through a forest area here, and the temperature is rather cold. I'm feeling the chill. When the sun comes up, will be warmer, so I'm hoping the sun comes up soon. Yellapur is 49 kilometers. Also, what happens is when you're riding with the windshield, you know, there are certain minor scratches that you will not see otherwise on the windshield, but that kind of creates that light refraction, and that can also be a little disturbing. I must say I'm a little disappointed with my boys, and I'm going to give them a earful for taking off, you know, without checking where I am behind. That's a bit disappointing, because typically when you ride in a group, you always ride with line of sight, especially in conditions like these when it's dark and you know, everybody has a different pace, different comfort level of riding. When you're riding in a group, always ensure that you guys stick together, especially in situations where you know, in things like these, there's some, now I think there's some mist or fog further up. Visibility is a little lower than what it was back there as we are riding through this forest zone. And it's nice that if you see those lights ahead, you know, those 2 or 3 lights of your mates, it's reassuring, right? Okay, you know that there's somebody in front of you, somebody behind you, or whatever. Daytime's a different thing altogether, because it's bright, you can see everything. There's usually, you know, help available in case you need it. You can see the sun. Here are the boys waiting at the next turn, which is nice, but I just wish that we ride together. You're fine? You're feeling the panniers move?
No, I felt that the bike is not stable when I'm riding.
No,
it's done. Let's see. We'll try.
like guys, you gotta see who's coming up behind. No, everybody's just moving ahead. Nobody is looking at tail lights behind, nothing. I had a quick chat with the boys. I think Joe felt that his panniers were unbalanced, and well, morning has broken, and this is fine to ride now because we can see everything that's around us. I must confess that the last, what's the time now? It's 6:35. The last 1 hour of riding, I wasn't the happiest because you can't see much. Trucks coming, buses blinding you with their high beams, narrow roads, uneven roads, gravel on the road, etc. And riding on that, riding in these conditions in the dark is not. Anyways, that's behind us now, and enjoy the ride. Beautiful forest air, beautiful. I'm taking in the aroma of the forest air. I don't know if you noticed, but my GoPro angle has moved up a bit because my GoPro mount broke, and part of it broke and it was slipping down, so I borrowed this from Vic. So it sits a little higher and a little more forward. I'm not used to this because I can see that GoPro in my line of sight. Earlier I couldn't see it, so I'm not used to it, but I guess I'll get used to it over the next 9 hours of riding. So that's the good thing about riding in a group, right? So everybody, if you have some issue, somebody else is there who's got a solution for you. Oh, there's no road at all here. It's kacha. This is not fat boy country. Oh my goodness.